everyone, welcome back to the channel, friends. Today we are breaking down exactly how we plan every international trip without flying budget airlines or spending a fortune on 5-star resorts.
This video is for anyone traveling the mid-range budget, a sweet spot between hostel dorms and luxury hotels.
Think economy flights, comfortable stays, and experiences that actually make your trip unforgettable. If you're new here, I'm Evan.
And I'm Lemon.
And we've spent the last 3 years traveling internationally together, and we have booked everything ourselves.
And today we're going to show you exactly how to do that from start to finish.
Be sure to stick around to the end because we are going to be covering how to budget for your trip and giving you completely free access to the exact spreadsheet that we use to plan all of our trips. Before you do anything else, be sure to check your passport. Most countries require that your passport be valid for at least 6 months beyond your travel dates. This catches people off guard all the time, so do yourself a favor and double check it now. When it comes to booking flights, we always start with Google Flights, specifically the Explore function. It's one of the easiest ways to see what destinations are affordable during the dates that you want to travel.
We've done the long layovers and the overnights in the airports, and sometimes it's just not worth the cheaper option.
Instead, we're looking for affordable flights that get us there without wasting a full day of travel.
It's about finding the best value, not just the lowest price.
So for this example, we're going to set our home airport to Phoenix, and then we're going to use the Explore function to see what kind of trip we can book. All right, so we're going to literally just go into Google and type in flights and click the flights tab. And the easiest way we found to find like super affordable flights is by typing in your departure area, and then where it says where to, you're actually going to put anywhere and explore. And this is going to show you some of the most affordable flights you can get to destinations all over the world. As it just pops up right now, if you wanted to travel domestically, you could go to Portland for only $90. You could go to Rome, round trip for under $500, which is insane. But we haven't really specified any dates. If you look at the left, it says a 1-week trip in the next 6 months. So you can click on this and kind of play around with it. So let's say you wanted to go in October and you pick a weekend, then it's going to show you some of the most affordable flights. So domestically, you can go to San Francisco for only $80. It looks like Athens for $657, which is a really, really good deal. Let's take a look at those flights. So this has you going through just for a weekend from the 16th to the 20th. $640 round trip on British Airways, but that is, let's see what that flight is. That's an 18-hour journey to get there, which actually isn't that bad. You'll fly into London and then a 4.5 layover there, stretch your legs a little bit, maybe hit the airport lounge, and then Heathrow to Athens, just a quick 3-hour and 40-minute flight. That seems to be pretty good. But if we wanted to play around with the dates, let's go back to Explore, Phoenix, where to, let's try. Again, let's say we want to go for 2 weeks. You have a longer weekend. Let's click October and let's see what pops up. All right, let's zoom out. Let's take a look at some over here on the left. It's going to show you some of the best deals. All right, so now we have all the places that we can fly to for affordable prices for 2 weeks in October. Let's check out Europe and see. Yeah, these are great prices. Anybody who's telling you that it's expensive to fly to Europe doesn't know how to use Google Flights. So you can fly to London for $614, Rome for $501, Barcelona for $578. Those are all really incredible deals. All right, so let's say you actually do have a specific month in mind. Let's say you want to go away for a week in October. So we will click on that. Oh yeah, still Rome is only $506, Dublin's only $478, Athens, $547. Where do you want to go, mate?
Let's go to
Paris, $636, Amsterdam, $436. Okay, let's see how much Lisbon is. $530, that's pretty good. All right, so we'll click on that. That's gonna show you all the available flights. This one's on British Airways. It is $530 round trip. That is not a bad deal. Let's see. Okay, Cool, and there we go. Now we have a destination. It's literally that easy. So the next thing that we're going to do is open up Plannin. Now we already have an account with Plannin, so what you would do is sign up for a free account, keyword being absolutely free, costs you nothing. And then you can see here on the top, I've already logged in, but we have hotels, Paris up to 41% off, London 71% off, Tokyo 69% off. Let's search for Lisbon, October 27th through November 5th. 2 adults, 1 room. And then Plannin's gonna populate some incredible hotel deals, most of which will have a discount. Ooh, we can stay at the Intercontinental Lisbon by IHG for 17% off. That's $248 a night. Oh my gosh, this hotel looks incredible. The Epic Santa Marquise Hotel, $220 night, that's 29% off. Ooh, and they have a bar and a restaurant. And then as you're going through these, you can see that Plannin has like different city guides from travel creators from all over the world. It's just such a great resource, and we definitely wish it was something that we had known about when we had started traveling, because you can get real reviews from real people and a discount, which obviously if you're traveling on a mid-range budget, you're gonna want that discount. So make sure you guys sign up for your free Plannin account today. Now, before you book anything, you're going to want to check to see if you need a visa for that destination. We use travel.state.gov to check, and it only takes about 30 seconds, and it will save you a major headache. We'll leave a QR code on the screen right here maybe, so that you can check and see if you need a visa for the country that you're visiting. And we always recommend, after you find the place that you want to travel to, that you look up what the weather's going to be like that time of year, and to see if there are any major holidays that are going on. We know some places like Thailand have like Songkran, and if you were to book a flight to Thailand during that time in April, you would be caught in a huge water fight, which obviously would be very much fun, but you don't want to be taken by surprise. Once we find the flight that we want, we always book directly with the airline's website. It can be tempting to book through third parties. You might save $20, $40, even $100 on a flight, but it is not worth it. If something goes wrong on that flight, you're going to have the airline pointing fingers at the third party and vice versa, and it can get really messy, so just trust us, it's worth it to book direct with the airline.
Booking a hotel shouldn't feel like a gamble, but let's be honest, sometimes it does.
You're reading reviews from total strangers who maybe won't travel the same way that you do. You're squinting at blurry photos, wondering how old they are. And after hours of scrolling, you're still not sure if you made the right call. And that's exactly why we use Plannin, which happens to be today's video sponsor. Plannin is a platform built by travelers for travelers, giving you real reviews on hundreds and thousands of hotels all over the world. And they also offer exclusive discounts of up to 40% off. Some quick tips when choosing where to stay. If you're short on time, it might be best to stay like closer to the city center or the attractions that you want to see. It might cost you a little bit more, but save you time in the end. And if you have a little more time, let's say you have maybe 2 weeks in a city, it might be worth the price to stay outside, save a little bit of money, and then transport in to see all the things on your list. We do recommend though checking the price of local transportation, like buses or taxi rides, to see how much it's gonna cost you to get into the center, because the cost may outweigh the benefit. After booking your flights and accommodation, we always recommend to book a tour or an experience for your first full day. It's the easiest way to get your bearings, and you'll pick up local tips that you probably wouldn't find in a guidebook.
And here's a pro tip. You can browse and book your experiences through Plannin and get real recommendations from actual travelers.
We've created guides on Plannin for places like Ubud, Bangkok, and Chiang Mai, and you'll find other traveler-approved tips there too. Once you've booked your main experience, it's time to start thinking about everything else you want to do, see, and eat. We usually start by searching Pinterest and reading different blog posts about the destination we're going to.
We also use an app called Atlas Obscura, which is one of my favorites, that takes you to the weird or lesser known spots that most tourists don't go to.
Then we head over to Google Maps to actually explore the neighborhood that we're gonna be staying in. We're looking for cafes, like local coffee shops, restaurants, and just different things we wanna check out in the neighborhood.
Yeah, possibly a night market or a local street market for the daytime. Then, of course, we'll watch a few YouTube videos about the destination and see what people recommend and what the vibe is like. people like us. It's one of the best ways to get inspired.
Now, planning a trip is one thing, but keeping it all organized is a totally other thing. Rather than just pin a bunch of stuff on Google Maps, we use an app called Wanderlog, which keeps everything organized in one place. From flights, hotels, like places you want to see, places you want to eat. You can even organize things by like cafe, restaurants, and add everything in there. One of our favorite features is that you can actually invite someone else to your itinerary. So usually he will create the itinerary, invite me, and then I can see and we can both add things, which makes trip planning so much easier. And if you decide to upgrade to the premium version, which we did, it will actually optimize your travel days so you can input the places you want to go and it will map it out and tell you where to go according to distance, which is going to save you so much time and stress while traveling.
Yeah, we're not into super rigid by the hour itineraries, but we do like having all of our must-dos in the list so we don't miss out on anything when we're in a different city.
Once your trip is planned, it's time to start thinking about what to bring. And the biggest advice we can give you is less is more.
We aren't going to go into clothing that you should bring on this trip. We are going to leave a little QR code right here so you can check out our Amazon packing list.
Yeah, in our Amazon storefront, we've listed like everything that we think is super helpful and stuff that we always bring on every trip. And that being said, there are a few key items that we always bring with us no matter where we're going.
A universal travel adapter, preferably with USB-C and USB ports on the bottom here.
Yeah, we love this. We actually use this even in our home here in the States because we only have one plug in our bathroom. So I'll plug this in and now I instantly have extra ones.
Yeah, because your curling iron is for the EU or Asia or something?
My curling iron's an EU plug. We bought it in Turkey, so it's a Europe plug. But anyways, these are super helpful in everyday life too. Next up is packing cubes. These are the exact packing cubes. Here's yours, mate.
Oh, yeah.
These are the exact packing cubes that we've had since day one of our travels, which was over 3 years ago. These are from Trip Travel Gear. We actually own like every single thing that they make and we are obsessed with them. We are not sponsored by them in any way. We just truly love these compression packing cubes and they have lasted 32 countries now.
Yeah, 32 countries, 3 years. And the zippers are all still going strong.
Yeah, I would literally never travel without these, whether it was an international trip or domestic trip. I love them. They keep us organized, they keep everything packed down tight.
And let you take more clothes with you.
They do. That's true. We also always make photocopies of all of our important documents, including our passports. Is it just passports?
Yeah, it's usually just passports.
Okay. Anyways, anything. When we first started traveling, we had like copies of everything, but the really important stuff you're going to want to make copies of. Keep one in your personal bag, keep one in your checked bag, so you always have those handy. We also always travel with our Charles Schwab debit card. If you guys have watched any of our other videos, you've heard us talk about this. We are also not an affiliate with them in any way. But anyways, the Charles Schwab debit card refunds all ATM fees no matter where you are, and we literally never have to worry about getting money in the local currency no matter what country we're in. And we recommend that you bring at least 2 0% foreign transaction fee credit cards. That way, if you lose one or it gets canceled for some reason, you have a backup.
We also check ahead to see if the country is going to be more card-based, like Japan, or cash-based, like Indonesia, and then plan accordingly.
Okay, let's talk about using your phone abroad. We've also talked about this in many of our other videos. Physical SIM cards are a thing of the past. You can't even get a newer cell phone that has a physical SIM card slot, so eSIMs are the future. We personally use this company here for our eSIMs. We've used other ones before, but we found that this one was much more easy to install. It was honestly almost effortless. And we do have a 15% off code for you guys if you use code Evan and Lemon at checkout.
Seriously, this is one of the easiest and most affordable ways to stay connected while traveling internationally.
We know, talking about travel insurance isn't the most fun thing to do, but it is something that is essential for your international trip.
We always use SafetyWing. It's super affordable and you pay by the month, so it doesn't matter if you're going for 2 weeks or 2 months.
It covers things like emergency medical care, trip cancellation, interruption, lost or delayed baggage, medical evacuation, just in case.
We'll pop a QR code on the screen here and include a link in the description. if you want to check it out and get coverage for your next trip.
Why are you talking to me?
I don't know.
We're talking to them, mate. You ain't talking to me. All right, before we wrap up, let's talk about a few apps that we always download before any international trip. These will save you time, money, and a whole lot of stress. First up, we recommend that you get a currency converter app. I know that the newer iPhones, I think you can convert currency on there, but I just like to have a separate app. We'll leave a link here to the one that we really like, and it's completely free.
We also download the rideshare app for that country we're visiting, whether it's Uber or Grab or Gojek or...
Are there others?
There's like the taxi ones.
Oh,
like,
yeah, the one in Rome?
In Rome, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there's multiple, but it's best to download them before you get to the country.
We also recommend that you download the Google Maps for offline mode of wherever you're going. That way, in case your data is interrupted or you're not getting an eSIM because you're crazy and you don't have any data, you can still get directions by using Google Maps.
And another offline Google app you want to use is Google Translate. So download that before you get to the country. You may not have Wi-Fi when you get to the airport, especially if you haven't downloaded that eSIM yet.
Yeah, Google Translate comes in so handy.
Yeah, you want to be able to communicate with the driver to get you to the accommodation. Let's talk about Evan's favorite part, the budget. Before you end up booking a trip, it's obviously important to make sure you can actually afford it.
So once we found the flights and done a little research into the accommodation, that's when we're gonna pull up our master budget planner, and then we'll do a quick Google search to see how much like the local food costs, how much the local transportation costs, and we'll plug those numbers into our budget planner, and it'll give us a realistic view of how much we're gonna be spending in that country. We've completely customized it, so it is pretty effortless to put all that information in. Once you plugged all that in, you will get the full picture and a full budget of how much that trip is going to cost you, and if it's a little outside of your comfort zone, you can adjust things so you kind of know what you're getting into before you travel to that country.
It's the exact tool that we've used to plan over 30 international trips, and it's helped us avoid unexpected expenses. How's one go about getting that budget travel planner?
I'm so glad that you asked. So when you scan the QR code on the screen or click the link in the description, that is going to take you to sign up for our Travel Insider newsletter.
The Weekly Squeeze with Evan and Lemon.
It's filled with insider travel tips, miles and points hacks, and we even include a cocktail and food pairing in there from around the world. So make sure that you scan the QR code to sign up for that, and you will get the travel budget planner for free.
And that's how we plan every international trip on a mid-range budget.
We've used this exact strategy to plan, over 30 different trips, and the travel budget planner has helped us travel smarter without overspending.
If you found this video helpful, let us know in the comments where you're traveling next. We'd love to hear about your plans and maybe help out.
Also, if you're still trying to figure out where to stay, make sure that you check out Plannin. We've linked it in the description. It's totally free to use and gives you discounts on hotels of up to 40%. And if you want to see more videos like this with travel tips that actually help you, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll see y'all in the next one.
Cheers!
Oh, we gotta do our handshake. I don't know why I'm doing this. You ready?
What are you doing after?
I don't know. Travel! It's an airplane. I'm an airplane.
Yeah, she's an airplane, everybody.
Man, you did so good. Didn't he do good on camera? That was his first time talking on camera like that. I'm proud of you, mate. We're Evan. Once you've booked Back, meet. I said free.